Own thing? No, I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Alright. A bunch of quests. Let's talk.
What do you need?
You want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologise.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
What about the other Grey Wardens?
I don't know. I have no idea what the Grey Wardens do for them when they fall in battle. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
No, not really. Not since I went to the tower.
That must have felt a lot like when I got sent to the Chantry. You mages don't even get a say in the matter, after all. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Huh. Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Alistair approves. Right. Believe. Yeah, we can give Alistair this.
I could get used to this, you know.
Working this.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
And we'll save those for anyone else. Yeah, there's Buster.
Oh, why you little...
What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Huh. Well, he is a war dog.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Liliana.
Yes?
Let's talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
Huh. What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Huh. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
The sentry says the Maker's left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
Believe what feels right to you, Liliana.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Alright. Levy Dryden.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
You know Duncan?
Oh yes, for years. Considered him a friend, I did. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
What promise did Duncan make to you?
My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Huh. What happened next?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Alright. So what favour did you ask of Duncan?
Ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
Huh. Can you go there by yourself?
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
Huh. Why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Kaelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
Huh. What do you need from me
I
then?
can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Alright. Let's go to Soldier's Peak then.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Alrighty. It's DLC.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Huh. What are you selling exactly?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits in the night. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Alright. You're free to stay, just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. You should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Okie dokie. Dr. Morrigan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shapeshifter?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother's been doing this for a long time then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as
The
well?
form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become a shapeshifter?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
You spend a lot of time as an
There
animal?
were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
What do other animals think of you when you
They
change?
do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No, 'tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Such traditions need to be
I'm
preserved.
shocked that you think so, being a mage of the circle as you were. But perhaps you felt a little like a caged bird as well, caught within that dark tower.
Maybe a little.
I thought so.
That's all I wanted to
Indeed.
ask.
Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Maybe to tie to flagpole and tickle. I'm going to say that one.
I wouldn't advise it. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed lest the dust gather on us.
Alright. Sten.
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I could trust you on my back.
I am Qunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
I've never seen a Qunari before. Tell me about your people.
No.
No? Why not?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Huh. A little hostile, aren't we?
Many humans have said that to me. I do not understand it. If I were indeed hostile, you would be bleeding.
So this is you being calm and helpful.
Couldn't you tell?
You're alright, you're in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
You said you were in the army.
I am.
If you've ever fought in a war.
I have always fought in war, human.
So you must know your way around the battlefield
Some
then.
of them. They aren't all alike.
Huh. Are you always this bad about answering questions?
Generally. I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
What made you decide to become a soldier?
Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did.
Huh. Why would the Qunari send soldiers
The
here?
Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Qunari. We are how my people know the world.
You didn't really answer my question.
No, I didn't.
Are you always this stubborn?
Yes.
Alright. Other
There
questions?
is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
It's not your duty to handle the Blight though.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead.
Alright, we should get
As you
moving.
wish.
Alright. There's a little campground we'll go here. Let's talk to these guys. Let's talk to
Are
him,
you
actually.
sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
Heard in rumours.
Some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Logain being named regent. There are rumours he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Logain couldn't save the king from that inn, then nobody could. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Right. What's your story then?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too, merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Huh. What happened then?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for them. The lost ties, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Huh. Better to do something with them than leave them
That's
to rot.
exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now you're here.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
You didn't mention his son in your sale.
Yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think. And he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that important.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Huh. Well, where did these goods come from? Not the deep roads.
We don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tides, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
Huh. What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Huh. I suppose when having the Darkspawn take
That's
out.
what I tell myself too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Let's
I'm
see
sure
what
you'll
you
be
get.
pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Ew. Let's see it then. There we go. Well, you can have this. Do I have to stand holding? Same thing, right? Actually. Let's see. Alright. I think he's better. Let's shield he's got. No boots for her. Alright. 32 magic.
Something you need? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods.
Uh-huh. to sell stuff now then. Is actually worth more. Nope. Something like that. Sell all those. I can use those. Oh. And we're probably going to use these. No, let's just sell them. Those for crafting. Let's see, what does he have? Noble's dagger. Final reason. Let's do 6 and let's do 5. Alright. Armor. The Blood Dragon. Bergwin's honor. For 38. Because I can't use those. Senior Enchanter. Yeah, that's got to go down. Is that better than my yes? Yes, it is. Let's go with that for Buster. That's really good. There's quite a few good stuff here. One point to spend on a talent or spell. Talent or spell. Let's get that. Let's buy this backpack for more room.
I am grateful. 'Tis thought.
There's Buster. We can't select him. Oh, great, so we can't give it him yet. Passive. Minor magic. Nice. Forgot about that. Let's do this. No. Nice. Fireball. Alright. Sorts of sandal.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was he now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Huh. What enchantment does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have
Yeah.
it.
That was
Enchantment!
alright. What can we do? Offkeeper. What have we got? Let's put lightning on it. Put lightning on that. And spell resistance. Let's put frost on there. Lightning. No one's using that, so don't need to put it on those. Here we go. Darziak plate. Okay. Hooray! Now let us get out of here. Oh wait. So how I can select? No? Nope. Well, I'm gonna save. And I shall continue next time.